Oh hey, I didn't see you there. My name is Ben Keister, and my three economics partners, Kirk Carlson, Chris Serrano, and Braden Kruger, welcome you to follow us on our educational journey through Mexico as we discover whether democracy is really necessary for development in a country. Now come on, grab your bags and let's go. We got that, right? Alright, cool.
Let me explain what democracy actually is. The exact definition from dictionary.com is a government by the people, a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system. While Mexico does have an electoral system, the gargantuan amount of corruption within the government limits the freedom in the country. The dichotomy between the definition of democracy and its actual role in Mexico can lead to debate over whether or not the country actually has a true democracy, which affects the question we are investigating here today.
Are you guys ready for Mexico?
Yay!
Mexico!
Hate corruption.
Despacito. Hola amigos, me llamo Pablo Bescobar. Yo como arroz y frijoles. Today we are going to take a deep dive into the vicious streets of Mexico to further investigate whether or not democracy leads to development. With a population of 123 million, dominated by mestizos, every citizen over the age of 18 has the right to vote. It is a federal presidential constitutional republic with 3 branches, like the US, and it is also a multi-party state. This shows that Mexico is a democracy, but there are arguments to whether or not corruption and crimes affect the state. With us here, we have Enrique Peña Nieto to explain his thoughts on the current government.
Okay. Adios, amigos. Me llamo Enrique Peña Nieto. Me gusta albóndigas. As one can see, Mexico's economy has been booming as of late, with an astronomical $9,000 US in GDP per capita and a 2% GDP growth rate annually. The economy is clearly developing. Graph of Mexico's economy. Yeah. And it is a result of our true democracy. The fact that there are 3 branches and the president only has one 6-year term spreads the power among the government. This and the people's voting rights means that we're a true democratic nation. The best nation, that is. We are going to interview a citizen.
I'm in Spanish. Study for your thing.
I just study.
Yeah, I'll study for those things.
Mexico is Spanish, alright? There's no corruption.
Alright, what do you think about the current state of our country, Mexico?
I think it's pretty corrupt and there's a lot of bad things about it.
Hold on, turn the camera away!
Listen here, you're gonna say exactly what we're gonna say. Mexico is not corrupt, it's doing just fine. The economy's booming.
I love Mexico, it's pretty good.
So over here, we have one of the most innovative businesses in Mexico, producing a whopping 50% of Mexico's total exports.
The Mexican economy has been so kind to me. Would you like to see it in my business?
Yes, I would love to. Oh. What do you produce?
Actually, I think you guys need to weed.
Oh, what is this?
Don't worry about it. Just there you go.
Overall, for my IO presentation, I feel that I did pretty. Wait, this is economics. Okay, Mexico. Mexico. Its government type is a federal presidential constitutional republic. It has 3 branches: a judicial branch, executive branch, and a legislative branch. The election style is very similar to how US has set up, but slightly different, with a presidential election every 6 years. The president for Mexico is President Enrique Peña Nieto. Major parties, or party, is the National Action Party. The connections to economic systems that Mexico has is APEC, NAFTA, OECD, and WTO. Mexico relies a lot on exports to the US, and although Mexico allows interest group, it's very highly discouraged due to the dangers of being a part of one due to the corruption, the high amount of corruption in Mexico. Although Mexico may have a democracy, Mexico has a high amount of crime and corruption with a corruption index of 36. This has a heavy influence on the layout of the government system. The reason I say this is because Mexico is known to have a strong connection between their government officials and the notorious gang, the cartels. This could lead to a heavy influence on the elections for officials, which really restricts the people of their government beliefs on how the country should be run. Anyways, continuing on what I was saying, take it back.
Anyways, continuing on what I was saying, interest groups are allowed to contest the government. However, it is discouraged because it is quite dangerous. This is because people seem to disappear, also showing how corrupt the government is.
In conclusion, although Mexico has an economic growth of 2%, Mexico is still being held back to grow as a country due to many corruptions in the system. That goes to show you that democracy isn't always the answer for every country.
Goodbye to all my friends. Adios. Until we celebrate again next year, this is Senor Huesos, or Mr. Bonds, saying, Hasta luego!